Hello, lovely yogi. Welcome to Flow with Shreya. I'm Shreya, and today I'm going to be talking to you about engaging your core. You've probably heard your yoga teacher or any fitness instructor tell you during a movement to engage your core. But what does that even mean? I'm here today to explain that to you. We'll talk about what the core is, how to engage it, and I'll take you through some movements on the mat to help you feel that engagement. I'll also talk about the benefits of engaging your core during physical movement. So if you want to learn how to engage your core, come flow with me. Before we get into actually engaging our core and some movement, let's talk about what the core actually is. There's a common misconception that the core means you have six-pack abs. You can see, guys, I don't have six-pack abs, and that's not a prerequisite for having a strong core. I could have waited until my stomach was a little bit flatter or I had a certain aesthetic to make this video, but I wanted to make this now while I got a little more cushion around my midsection so that you can see and you can know that people of any shape or size can engage their core and benefit from engaging their core. So while the superficial abdominal muscles that you can see are included in your core, there's so much more to it than just that. Your core goes 360. All of the muscles around your midsection, around your torso, are included in your core. The muscles in your core include the rectus abdominis, transverse abdominis, your obliques, internal and external, your erector spinae, your multifidus, your diaphragm, and some people even include some of your lower back muscles and your pelvic floor when they talk about your core. So when you hear your yoga teacher or fitness instructor say engage your core, it means more than just sucking in your belly. While that's part of it, you really want to feel engagement in all sides of your core. Your core is where all of your movement should really originate. It's what helps you keep your spine and back upright. It's what helps you find balance and grace when you're moving. Having a strong core is really important for having a good posture. And having a good posture is equally important to having a strong core. A strong core can also help you avoid lower back pain as you go through your day-to-day activities. When it comes specifically to yoga, a strong core can really help you move with grace, find that balance in balancing postures, help you with inversions, and help you practice arm balances. Even a simple posture such as downward dog or mountain pose can benefit from engaging your core and strengthening your core. So, how do we do this? Let's first start in a seat. You can come into a comfortable, easy seat. You can even sit on a block or a bolster if that feels better to you. One of the parts of our core that many of us find some weakness in is our diaphragm. Our diaphragm is the muscle that helps us create the space and expand our rib cage and lungs when we breathe. Many of us are constantly busy and stressed and living in a fight or flight mode, and this causes us to take shallow breath. So when we take the time to sit down and really focus on our breath, we can train our muscles like our diaphragm to help us breathe as deep as we can throughout our day. Let's begin with some diaphragmatic breathing. So your diaphragm sits right below your rib cage. Just imagine this in your mind. You can even close your eyes here if you'd like. Place your palms on your rib cage, and as you breathe in, feel your rib cage expand. As you breathe out, feel everything deflate. Inhale and expand. Exhale and deflate. As you breathe in, your diaphragm moves down to create space. As you breathe out, your diaphragm moves up to help expel the air out. So when you do this diaphragmatic breathing, not only do you want to see the front of your rib cage expand, but you want to see the sides and the back of your rib cage expand too. It's a full 360 expansion when it comes to diaphragmatic breathing. You can also notice that your belly rises when you breathe in this way because you're taking in more air. You're taking it in deeper. So place your palms on your belly this time and let's do some more diaphragmatic breath. Take a deep breath in, expand, breathe out, contract. Breathe in and expand. Breathe out. Hug it all in. So when it comes to engaging your core, one of the first things you can do is hug your belly button up and in. And you'll hear me and other yoga teachers give you this cue as well. Again, what does this mean? So let me go ahead and turn sideways. And just in a kneeling or standing position, this is me relaxed. And when I hug my belly button up and in towards my spine, I'm engaging my core. But not only am I engaging my rectus abdominis in the front, I'm also engaging my deep core, the transverse abdominis, as well as my obliques, cinching everything in and using my back muscles to keep myself upright. Sometimes you can get a better sense of engaging your core and the different muscles in your core in different positions. So let's go ahead and lie on our backs. Bring your feet flat on the mat and lay all the way back and down. With your knees bent, place your fingertips right above your hip bones. This is usually where your transverse abdominis is, around this area. Now take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, feel the tightening of your transverse abdominis. So you want to tighten this area, this transverse abdominis and the rectus abdominis. And you want your back to be flat on the mat. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Pull your belly towards your mat, towards your spine. Now, hugging your belly in like this typically tends to protect your spine when you're doing certain movements. One more deep breath in. Deep breath out, engage, and hug everything in. Another way you can feel this is from your belly. So go ahead and flip over and come onto your belly. Now from this space, you can place your palms overhead and rest your forehead on your palms. And as you breathe in, you'll feel some resistance and you'll feel the back of your ribcage rise. As you breathe out, engage your core and hug your belly button up and in. Pull your belly away from your mat towards your spine. Not only should you be feeling this in your rectus abdominis and your transverse abdominis, but also on the sides of your body. Breathe in, breathe out and engage. Now we've been practicing engaging your core as you breathe out. This is because it's easier for your muscles to contract, and as the air expels out when you breathe out, you can have more space to hug everything in tighter. But throughout your yoga practice, you probably want to keep your core engaged even when you're breathing in and out. So let's practice engaging our core while taking 3 breaths in and out. So take a deep breath in, breathe out and engage your core. Cinch everything in. Now, keeping your core engaged, breathe in. You'll notice a slight rise of your belly and rib cage, and that's okay. You just don't want it to fully expand because you're still engaging your core. And breathe out. Engage a little bit deeper. So when you have your core engaged and you're breathing in and out, with your inhale, you'll notice a slight rise, and with your exhale, you can always hug everything in tighter. One of the easiest places in a yoga practice to feel this engaging of the core and to feel hugging your belly button up and in is in an inversion. Don't worry, this doesn't mean you have to do a headstand or handstand to feel this. Downward facing dog is an inversion, and you can feel this engagement of your core in this space. So coming onto your hands and knees, coming to a tabletop, exhale, tuck your toes under, shift your hips up and back, find yourself in a downward facing dog. Now in this space, take your fingertips wide, press into the base of your index finger and thumb, and you might be here just hanging out. Your core is not engaged, but as soon as you press your hips back and hug your belly button up and in, you'll notice a difference in how this feels. Engage your core to keep your back muscles strong, to keep your spine straight, and to hug your belly button up and in, again, to support your back. Deep breath in and out. You can notice the difference there in engaging the core. As you practice this more and more, it becomes more natural and more second nature. As you may have noticed, as soon as I get into downward facing dog, my belly button automatically hugs up and in because I've been practicing this for years now. If downward facing dog doesn't work for you, you can always just try tabletop as well. So coming into your tabletop, here I am, core is not engaged, belly's just hanging loose. And as you exhale, you can hug the belly button up and in. Pull your belly and all of your muscles towards your spine. Engaging your core, hug in the sides of your body. Keep everything nice and tight. Now, these are some of the ways you can feel how you can engage your core, but there are many different movements that can help you strengthen your core. Now you might feel like, oh, I don't have much space for my belly to hug up and in, but this is just a visual that we give. This is just something you really feel energetically. Whether you see the movement in your belly or not, doesn't matter as much as what you feel energetically, where your body is going, which muscles are getting shorter and contracting and getting stronger. So next time you practice yoga with me or anybody else, keep in the back of your mind this engagement of the core. What we felt here in lying on our backs, on our bellies, or in downward facing dog or tabletop is what you should be feeling throughout your practice, throughout all of the movements you're doing. Now it's easy when you're practicing, there are so many different things to focus on, like your alignment, where your limbs are, and how you're moving, so it can be easy to kind of just let your core go and forget about it. This is exactly why us teachers like to remind you when we see that you might be feeling a little bit out of balance or clumsy. We might give you the cue of hug your belly button up and in, engage your core, to help you come back to your center. And even us teachers tend to forget, so having that little reminder is helpful as you move through your practice. The more you do this, the stronger your core will get, and you may even notice throughout your day-to-day life, your movements become easier. You feel more balanced and more strong. These muscles in our trunk are so important to take care of and to activate so that we can support all of the bones, the structure, and the organs that help us live. Now that you know how to engage your core, I hope this helps bring balance and stability and strength into your daily life. If you found this helpful, please be sure to click the thumbs up button and share this on social media and tag me at Shreya. This way, more people can find this video and find the information in this video. It always means a lot to me if you take a second to subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell so you don't miss out on new videos every single Saturday. As always, everything I'm wearing and the mat I'm practicing on will be linked in the description bar below. If you want to practice a flow that helps you strengthen your core, check out this video right here. And if you want more vinyasa flows, check out the playlist down there. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.